Hey, I'm Tim.
I'm Logan.
We're Obsidian Skies. We are a symphonic progressive metal band out of the Boulder, Colorado area. And thank you so much to Metal Rules for having us at this interview. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so we're a studio project. It's just the two of us. Um, I play some of the guitars, about half, do the piano and a lot of the orchestration for the album.
I do the other half of the guitars. I do the fretted and fretless basses, and I do all the vocals.
And he also writes the drum parts.
Oh, yeah, I do that too, and the lyrics.
Yeah. So the two of us, we've both been friends for like almost a decade now.
Old.
Yeah. And before this, we were in a metal band called Endlight together, and that band kind of fell apart eventually, but we realized that we really liked writing together. So that's kind of why we decided to form this studio project and write some more music.
Yeah. So, the first question we got was, what drives you as an artist to create music? And for both of us, we just kind of have this innate need to create art in some sort of way. And I don't know about Logan, but I am terrible at all other kinds of art. And so music's always been kind of my go-to.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. I can like copy something, like I could draw beautiful things if I just like put the like transparent sheet over it and drew.
True skill.
Yeah, so music really makes sense for me. And I love creating music because I like all the like new sounds and ideas that you can create that you haven't heard before, and just like having those really satisfying sounds that make like your hairs stand up on your arm and stuff.
Yeah, and for me, I just love the act of it's cliche, but what you put into it is what you get out of it, and like being able to see yourself get better as you practice. That feels great, and it's just the best way for me to kind of have an outlet to express emotion and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and so yeah, our band name, Obsidian Skies. So we workshopped around that name for quite a bit, and we kind of came up with the idea of obsidian to kind of match like the void of space, because we're both really inspired by sci-fi stuff, and we think space is awesome. We're both really into astronomy, and once we kind of came up with the word obsidian, we were like, yeah, that's right. We're gonna use at least that.
Yep.
Um,
And then skies is kind of a good way to capture the kind of adventurous aspect we have in a lot of our music. So taking to the skies or whatnot, exploring, and so you just kind of stuck them together, and it sounded cool, so we kept it.
Yeah, so we've recorded one EP now. It's a 3-song EP called Saturnian. So of or relating to Saturn. And we have 3 tracks on it. The first, Celestial Age, it has more kind of doom elements in it, and it's also kind of the most classically melodic song we have, almost like the most standard, I'd say, in a lot of ways, just for like if you're looking for like a metal song.
Yeah.
Rebirth in the Stars, our second track, it's an epic 11-minute song, and it has a lot more technical aspects in it, but it also has this long orchestral middle section that just completely deviates from the typical metal genre. And then our last song, Home, it's kind of the more intimate campfire type song, so like, someone strumming an acoustic guitar around a campfire, singing lots of clean vocals, and really beautiful melodies. And the entire EP will be out on October 14th. If you go to Metal Insider, they premiered our track Home already, so you can check that out there.
Yeah, so the lyrics on this release. So, I wrote the lyrics, and the 3 songs kind of go, it's kind of a concept album, concept EP, whatever you want to call it. And so the idea is that Earth became uninhabitable, and humanity was kind of forced to leave Earth, and a portion of the population was able to. Obviously, they couldn't bring everyone. And they set up a new colony on Titan, which is one of the moons of Saturn. And basically, the whole album kind of goes with, it's kind of a mix between setting up that colony and living in it, and dealing with the loss of our home planet and the guilt of leaving all those people behind. And so we have a line from Rebirth in the Stars that's, men of the earth now lost, have our wounds been healed by time? Though the years have passed, I still see the faces of those we left. And so that kind of deals with some of the guilt and the loss there. When I'm writing, I try to immerse myself in the story I'm writing, and find words that feel profound and impactful. I got a lot of that kind of from the wording itself. And so I wrote the line, we beheld death, and its eyes showed reflections of our home. and that that felt very big to me, and that kind of became the theme for writing the rest of Celestial Age. And so as far as like taking inspiration from other places, a lot of it is kind of this is this is not the first story of its kind. This kind of Earth is dying motif, and so I was definitely inspired by things like Interstellar and Half-Life, the Half-Life games, of kind of like getting that feel of dying or losing your home. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the album cover artwork, we kind of wanted to capture the story of the EP. So kind of humans leaving Earth, going to Titan and colonizing it. So we kind of have this dusty planet, this moon, around Saturn, and you can kind of see like the colony being constructed, and someone's just kind of looking out over the new colony, and Saturn's in the background.
Yeah, super happy with that album artwork. I think it looks awesome. So any new albums that have caught our ears recently? Yes, definitely. So obviously we're both big metal listeners as well as performers. And so for me, I've been really, really intrigued by the new Elevati music. It's only one single out so far, Idus, but yeah, if it sounds like that, the rest of the album's gonna be awesome. As well as Bloodywood is a folk rap metal band too from India, and they're just putting out their debut album Rakshak, and I'm gonna go see them a bit here. It's gonna be awesome. That music's been amazing. So
yeah, and also Behemoth, they're coming out with a new album. We've always thought that they sound great. The Satanist album is like perfect, and also kind of like in more surprising news, like the Megadeth album. I think this is either their 16th or 17th studio album, and like I used to listen to them a bunch, and it's just really impressive that they're still going and still writing awesome new music. And there's the new like Slipknot album coming out. They're what got me into metal, so it's cool to just see that band still producing stuff as well.
Oh, and can't forget about Obsidius. So ex-Alkaloid, ex-Obscura members came together, and or I guess current Alkaloid members. Anyway, but they came together and they're making a new project. And Linus Klausenitz is one of my all-time favorite bassists, and that album's going to be pretty amazing as well. So iconic from Obsidius. But in news of bands that we need new music from because we miss them, Alkaloid, where are you? Make us some music, please. And Nailed of Ascaris, I know their album is done, but we're eagerly awaiting to hear it. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff in the works or already out.
Yeah. So kind of the local music scene here in Colorado. So most of it, I'd say, is in Denver, just like a half-hour drive from where we are. But the people there are really passionate about metal. We would say that it's kind of more like metalcore or thrash, kind of like that heavier sound for bands. But like we still had great success when we were like a melodic or progressive metal band with Endlight performing around. And people just kind of tend to show up. We played a show in Nederland, Colorado, so that's just like a half hour like into the mountains, and it was at this kind of small oyster bar. It was raining, kind of like not the ideal conditions to get people out, but the entire place was just packed with people. And I don't know if they just don't have like metal shows there often enough, or
well, they actually came up and thanked us for playing something that wasn't bluegrass for the first time in like I want to say 30 years or something. But yeah,
so it's just like it's great. There's metal fans all over.
Yeah, it's awesome. Colorado's a great place to play metal, so come on down. Future plans for us. Yeah, so obviously, we're releasing our debut EP here, which is 3 songs, but we do want to write a full length. And so that's kind of our next big plan. We're going to try to, and sometime in the next couple months, try to like go to, like rent out a cabin or something in the mountains in Colorado and just get started on it and kind of get inspiration that way. And hopefully we can get some good stuff rolling there.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully we don't kill each other.
Hopefully, no promises. But...
I mean, we were roommates for like 3 years, so I think we'll be okay for
a
few days.
And yeah, after that, so depending kind of on how the EP goes, how the full length goes, and the traction we're getting, we will try to start finding members for a live band because we'd love to perform, and kind of bring Obsidian Skies to the stage. But we need a few people, obviously, because we're not gonna play everything. The 2 of us, we're not that good.
I mean, I just don't have that many arms.
Yeah, it makes it difficult.
But yeah, so the last question was, tell us, why does metal rule? And yeah, we both love metal.
Shocker.
Yeah. So before really releasing this product, I had gone back to start a music composition degree. So like the other genre of music that I compose is kind of like the contemporary classical, for lack of a better word. So that's just like, new string quartets, little chamber music ensembles. And I feel like between that genre and metal, those are like the only two genres that really have kind of the freedom that I'm looking for in musical expression. You're not as limited by a song structure or some set of harmonic chords that you kind of need to stick to. And you can really just explore new sounds and kind of do what you want. And at least from a practical perspective, metal's great as well because I actually play those instruments. So I can record it after enough practice.
Yeah. Don't forget about jazz.
Jazz is great too.
Yeah.
But that I don't know that much.
Yeah, I don't know what jazz. No hate to jazz. We just don't know it.
Big thing to tackle, I guess.
Yeah, next album's full-length jazz album. We're gonna figure it out.
But yeah, for me as well, also just like, Tim's one of my best friends and he likes playing metal too, so it makes sense to do a project with him.
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, having one of your closest friends be into basically the same music that you are does make it a lot more exciting to write music together. Yeah, for me, so I love metal a lot because of the intensity and emotion that you get from it, because I feel like metal conveys a lot more emotion than a lot of other genres, classical contemporary music excluded. But I don't get the same emotion from other genres. That and kind of the technicality of the performance and the ability to just kind of push your limits and just keep trying to get better at your instrument, at your at vocals, at all that kind of stuff. And also that kind of non-standard song structure and playing with rhythms is something that you're able to do in metal, and that's great. Plus, I like doing harsh vocals, and that's the only genre you can do harsh vocals in, really.
Should try that in like a folk, like a singer-songwriter thing.
Oh, that'd be nice, like an Americana, but
with
heart. Yeah, all right, that's also coming next.
Death Cab for Cutie with death vocals.
Oh man, it'd be incredible.
Cool. Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you, Metal Rules, for having us do this interview. Our album, it comes out October 14th, so just a few weeks away. You can pre-order it on Bandcamp, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram,
YouTube.
Yep. And yeah, it'll be on all those streaming services October 14th.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Take care.